everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a review on a movie I watched yesterday and it was amazing. It's now one of my favorites from 2016. The movie is Hidden Figures and I wanted to watch it for a long time and finally I got to see it yesterday and whoa, I mean, it's a simple movie, it has a simple structure, but it's told in a brilliant way and it tells us a story that is so relatable even today. What really fascinated me about this movie is that unlike all the other movies that are, for example, nominated for the Academy Awards, this is about a real story. I know that Lion also tells us a real story and it addresses some issues that are very important to address about the third world and what happens there. But I feel like Hidden Figures, it's even more relatable because it addresses issues that are present in our society, in Western societies, in the third world, everywhere. Because, racism and sexism are happening everywhere still. And I think it's really important to bring movies like this to the public. Hidden Figures is basically about three women who work for NASA and their story progressing over time. I really loved each character. I think all of those three women were so brave and smart and they were portrayed like that. I loved the acting. I think everyone was very fitting to their role. It's sad that this story has happened some years ago. We are talking about the 60s and I had never heard of these three women who contributed so much for NASA. We have heard about the work of men, but these three women were in the shadows. Women are still highly disregarded and disrespected all over the world. Women are still paid less than men, even in Western countries, and it's fundamental that we tell these stories. Very nice movie, very balanced. I like the fact that it is talking about important issues, it's telling us a brave story, but it's also just entertaining the audience. There are some really strong moments and some beautiful speeches by the characters and some memorable quotes. I have to list some of those actually. I love when Al Harrison says, "Here at NASA we all pee the same color." This is great and so true. I also love when Katherine Johnson says to Jim Johnson that women can also work at NASA and it's not because we wear skirts, it's because we wear glasses. Something I also loved was the soundtrack. The soundtrack was so upbeat and made the movie even more fun and I was engaged the whole time and I felt like dancing a lot of times. Yeah, this movie really made me reflect about our reality, our society, how there are so many contrasts in the world. I mean, this movie is about the 60s and thank God our society has evolved and thank God that there are no longer bathrooms for colored people and bathrooms for white people. But this kind of discrimination still happens a lot more in underdeveloping countries. And it's really sad to think that there are so many contrasts in the world. There are places in the world where justice and equality are finally happening, and there are places where they are so far from that. It really hurts that we have always known about men working for NASA and contributing to, experiments and science, and women sometimes were behind all those experiments, all those discoveries, and no one knows about it. I am very privileged because I was born in Portugal, where I hope there is equality for both men and women. I mean, I never felt that I was less for being a girl, but I'm also lucky that I am white, so I fit the mold. So I never really faced discrimination and I never felt like I was less for being a girl. But I watch these movies and I feel so angry and that just want to change things. I am a feminist. I fight for equality, and I think this movie is really simple and really sends a very clear message to everyone. Yeah, very good, very interesting, very relevant. Everyone should watch it. Thank you guys. I'll see you next video, I guess.